OG Lee in the house once again. Thank goodness. You know, something that's really been bothering me since it's happened has been the killing of Nipsey Hussle. And it bothered me so much, man, that I had to go on the inside and find some things out. But, I mean, it was like pulling teeth because people don't want to talk about that. It's not just gangsters that talk about no snitching. Police, FBI, everybody, man, that's dealing with the government, everybody's hush-hush. Nobody wants to talk. But anyway, I do have a few sources, and I went to them. And it's interesting what they think on the inside. Nipsey was a major player. And I don't know if you remember this about Nipsey.
Keep my honest game and let the money invest. Keep my honest game. You know, I understand cryptocurrency. I understand unregulated form of currency. I understand peer-to-peer transactions online. There's a huge amount of value in this cryptocurrency space. It's very similar to the stock market.
You don't own Bitcoin? No, I do not own one. I don't own any cryptocurrency. I never will. Can't do anything with it except sell it to somebody else.
But the type of returns that we're seeing in cryptocurrency is not 10%. It's not 7%. It's 700%.
Cryptocurrencies basically have no value, and they don't produce anything. So you can look at your little ledger item for the next 20 years, and it says you've got X of this cryptocurrency or that. It doesn't reproduce. It doesn't deliver. It can't mail you a check. It can't do anything. And what you hope is that somebody else comes along and pays you more money for it later on. But then that person's got the problem. But in terms of value, zero.
There's less than 1% penetration, and that's a fact.
Bitcoin's been out there a long time, and people talked about how it would be used in various kinds of exchange, but none of our companies are doing business in Bitcoin or anything. Bitcoin has been used, I think, to move around a fair amount of money illegally.
Ever since that trip, see, they've had their eye on them. They think that Nipsey was running a major drug ring in LA and throughout the nation, as a matter of fact, but headquartered in LA, and that the money was being laundered through cryptocurrency.
So what happens when it gets 5% real world? When more people can spend their cryptocurrency at the store, at the restaurant, on the airplane? Which is why we came to Amsterdam.
Bank of America in the Bitcoin business?
Absolutely not. We know who is the sender and who is the receiver of everything we send. Anonymous currency is a whole different thing. And the idea around Bitcoin is to ensure that the sender and the receiver are unknown.
The whole city is cryptocurrency friendly.
And that, by definition, flies in the face of everything the financial system does to protect not only U.S. citizens, but the world.
So what happens when it gets 5% real world? When more people can spend their cryptocurrency at the store, at the restaurant, on the airplane? Which is why we came to Amsterdam. The whole city is cryptocurrency friendly. And this is an example of what's going to happen to the rest of the world.
Anonymous currency flies in the face of what the financial, of every construct known to transparency in the movement of money and how we use it to prevent and detect other really important forms of crime.
And we think that if you get in now, when the value spreads, when the accessibility spreads, you'll be sitting on the right chair.
All the different businesses that he had, they couldn't stop him because they felt like he was laundering that money through crypto, which they think is like a secret type of a currency.
You don't own Bitcoin? No, I do not own one. I don't own any cryptocurrency. I never will.
After that deal that he made in Amsterdam, they really were keen on Nipsey. And so, you know, they saw Nipsey living high, you know, living in the hills and shit like that. All of the women, I mean, this just things like a movie was made of.
What you think, babe? Fuck with it. I think we should go on and do it.
All right.
Yeah. So once we lock it in, I'm gonna throw a little housewarming party and all that. So, you know, y'all both welcome to come through, celebrate with us.
If it's all right with the
Big
wife.
check we cutting, you know what I mean?
Big check, right?
Yeah.
Hey, wifey's cool.
These things like a movie were made of, you know. Nipsey was living there. She's like, man, here's a guy, he got full run of the whole city of LA. Moving drugs in and out, teaching other people, his soldiers and what have you, how to stand on their own.
No, but you can teach me.
All right. So you see how they say 28 right here?
Yeah.
You gonna get a
You know what I'm
half.
saying? And start businesses and what have you. And teaching them about cryptocurrency and how to, as they thought, launder money.
I like your style, man. Yeah. That's 3.
Yeah.
Good luck, man.
You gotta ask yourself, are you interested in opportunities, in financial opportunities? Are you willing to invest in financial opportunities? If you're not one of them type of people, this really don't apply to you or appeal to you. If you are, this is something you can't miss. This is something you have to be a part of. It's just starting, and we shouldn't be last. Hip hop shouldn't be last on it. You know, we should be early adopters. And you know, being out here further brought that to my attention, reinforced my belief in it, and we put our money where our mouth is.
Nipsey, good to meet you. What up, homie? Nipsey.
You know, so we cashed out yesterday. We locked in our acquisition of a percentage.
Seekers making like Insta posts right there.
Yeah.
You know, so we cashed out yesterday.
It's official. We locked in. Get money. Yes, sir. Love.
So Nipsey was big. He had so much power and so much charisma. They were comparing the boy to Malcolm.
All right, that's enough. I want these people moved out of here. Now let's disperse this mob.
The word was put out, he had to go. This guy, Eric Holder, man, he was just a fall guy. They just programmed him to do what he did, but man, they wanted Nipsey out from the top, man. Nipsey was a major player. He was more than a rapper.
Keep my honest game and let the money invest.
The power he was gaining, it was putting him on the level of Malcolm, man. And so Nipsey had to go. It wasn't no thing of no beef with no gangs, no rap, because the gangs really in LA, he was bringing them together. That's the thing about Nipsey. From a young man, because he was just 33 when he got killed, but from a young man, he understood alliances. And so Nipsey was accepted in all the different sections. Nipsey was accepted in all of the different groups, the gangs.
I got respect in 100 sets.
Nipsey was buying cases.
Deal, cuz.
He was getting so powerful, man. He was bringing people together, and he was able to actually bring these people together against the authorities. They felt like he was really causing people to undermine authority. They felt like Nipsey was the danger to America.
That's why they follow me, huh? They think I know the way. I'm about to drop in the few. Think if I call it the great, the people gon' call it the truth. Tripping on all of my moves. Quote me on this, got a lot more to prove.
And so Nipsey had to be killed, man. Nipsey had to be killed, and so they chose this guy, Eric. Eric always wanted to be like Nip. And a lot of rappers who didn't, right? He had the charisma, he had the girls, he had the gold, he had the looks, everything. So they wanted to beat him. But it wasn't a beef to where they would have killed each other. Eric is, you know, he was kind of a weak rapper. Nipsey was getting 1 million views, and Nipsey was going on the Breakfast Club and making all these moves. So Eric was jealous. And so they used that. But Eric would not have done that had he not been programmed. I had to look at that thing, man, because I said, ain't nobody gonna really go and, kill Nipsey like that from, somebody from the street. So once I went inside, I said, oh, okay, man. They held Nipsey the highest thing. They had Nipsey up there, man. I mean, higher than mafiosos. The thing that they feared even more was that he could start influencing people outside of the hood. Nipsey was on a major scale to become even more of a major player. They feared that, and they snuffed him out.
That's too much power for one man to have. That's too much power for one man to have.
Anyway, this is OG Lee, and I'll see you again soon.
Keep my honest game and let the money invest.